Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, 8th September. The time is 27 past 2 p.m. Temperature today is 30 degrees and we are here on Bay Gardens east side. With a view of the city and Singapore Flyer, Marina Bay Sands, and the domes that Gardens by the Bay, and the super trees, and that very scary bridge where you can also go walking. I'm not gonna do that today. What I will do today is walk around here and also the garden area for a little bit. I just did a walk from the National Stadium through the Tanjong Rhu area. There's the Formula One Grand Prix. What is that called? Building? Well, you know what it is probably. Which hopefully is one of the things that will eventually return to Singapore. Didn't happen this year. So after I finished that walk earlier today, I just thought it's such nice weather. A little bit cloudy, just cloudy enough for it to not be really, really hot, that I'll walk a little bit around the gardens and the Bay area. The problem with this side of the gardens is that although they were, like you can see, very green and lots of flowers even just here, when we're not really even inside that area that has all the palm trees and all the sort of garden side of it, I guess. It's not so easy to get to Gardens by the Bay. That's why you see a lot of people cycling here. It's much easier that way. With that said, it's perfectly possible to walk here all the way from even Geylang. Just following the riverside, it's a nice walk. But you'll end up walking for a bit. And of course, you can get a cab or a taxi here very easily. Buses do come pretty close by. It's not so bad. I'm really just making the point, I guess, that's the main attraction that most people know. And then this side is pleasant and very nice to walk in, but maybe not as well known or not as popular. There's also a golf course around here. And usually at the end of this there's a bridge. Usually you'll be able to cross the bridge to the other side and walk over to the Gardens by the Bay. But I did see a notice that it might be closed. So we might not be able to do that today. Oh, let's have a look at this view, shall we? It's very nice. So those are in fact cars that you see going by there. It's just, they look like they're on the roof of that F1 structure that goes all the way to just by there, by the Marina Bay Sands hotel. It's kind of an interesting structure with those roads, how they go. That's a good view of the domes as well there. And the super tree grove behind them. The weird looking structures if you're not familiar with super trees. One of the domes is more sort of flowers and different areas, like plants from different type of habitats. And then the higher one actually does take you all the way up to the top, and the plants are kind of also in sections of going down from the sort of cooler climate at the top, the lower level. I might have to cross this because there's like a little, not really a car, but still motorized vehicle coming this way. I am supposed to be on this side. It does show the pedestrian footprints here and cycling on that side, but also there aren't that many people here. I wouldn't usually recommend mixing the cycle lanes and walking wherever, but when it's very quiet, it's probably okay. So there are some ponds over here in the gardens. They're called rain gardens here, apparently. And we might go and have a look what it says about the ponds. Let's have a look. So they channel rainwater from across Bay east to the 3 rain gardens while filtering out pollutants. So it's basically cleaning the water, I guess. And also collecting water that's used to water everything around here. So this is kind of thing that was talking about. This little pond area in here. That's pretty cool if they can use the rainwater to water everything, because as nice as the gardens are, it gets very hot here. And even for like plants I have at home outside, they need, on a hot day, they need water 2 times a day. You can just imagine if you have like a big garden space or a lawn, what that's going to be like. I'm just tempted to turn the camera that way because that's a really nice view of the city center, the financial center, Marina Bay Sands, and the domes, gardens by the bay. So if you're like me and sometimes you just, oh my god, there's a huge monitor lizard. Okay, the cyclist is stopping by. That scared me. Can you guys see that? I'm not zooming in. That's like just, that guy is huge. So he's going to go into one of the ponds. What a cool cyclist. I don't think he just slowed down a little bit. I was like, okay, massive lizard going by. So monitor lizards, we won't go very close to this one or any of them. They like water. You see them very often in Singapore. They can appear a little bit scary, but if you don't go close by, they tend to go away from people. But they can appear really huge when you see them suddenly like that. Okay, see, he doesn't even care. Not even about the cyclist. He just wants to get to his home and sort of probably get out of the, I don't know if he came from there, from the water and went there, but definitely out of the street. There you go, some wildlife. Yeah, monitor lizards. Lizards I've been with people and forgot to tell them that in a park you might run into one. And they were very scared when one came along. Sometimes I've seen them around sort of in parks where you have a little bit of trash or something coming out of a bin, and then, oh, another wildlife hiding there. And then probably you might want to stay back a bit if they're doing something else and maybe don't notice you so well. But I have a feeling they're always trying to get away from people rather than sort of coming at you. They don't worry me nearly as much as snakes or big spiders. I've only seen small snakes in Singapore so far, but I know there are huge snakes, especially in the sort of not so built up areas. In the parks as well. Although snakes as well, they're not looking for trouble. None of the wildlife really is looking for any unpleasant contact with a human. But there was a picture going around with a guy not noticing a snake and getting bitten on his leg, and it didn't look very nice at all. So I guess when you're walking in this green area, it's just good to keep in mind I'm also planning a walk to see the crocodiles. They live in more like the wetland areas, specific areas. And the last time I was there in that area where you normally see them in the nature park, I managed to see 2 or 3, and they were very well hidden. So that walk will probably more be about the park itself. Sometimes even those crocodiles will come to the street like the lizard just did. But you definitely don't want to get too close to these animals. So that's Marina Barrage. I think the crossing point is closed. Pretty sure of that. So I think we'll just have another look across here. You can see the big ships over there. And then that's a great view of the city and the gardens. But I think what we'll do today is just let's see if I can find that's obviously not going anywhere, so we won't go there. But once I get a path that goes through to the park area, I'm going to walk through there for a little bit, because otherwise we could go to the other side. I'll do that another day, or maybe the other way around, from there to this side. But since it's not possible to cross today, we'll have to leave it. Let's adjust that just a little bit. So there's the path coming up. You can see the Art and Science Museum as well there, and a little bit of sort of City Hall area. Good view of the Singapore Flyer, some of the hotels. And another airplane. That's going to go across here and then probably land at or over Geylang. So let's go look at the garden a bit. Oh, there's another small lizard. So sorry. So sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. We'll let him go first. It's his home. And just to be clear, I didn't do anything. He just panicked because I was coming close by. And he felt it was a bit too close for comfort, didn't you? Still does. You're a much better swimmer than I am, little guy. Have nothing to fear from me. Yeah, we'll move through here slowly so no one's panicking. That's quite a nice place to sit down, especially the view back there, but it looks a little bit like there's some trash here and hasn't really been kept that well. Someone has been cutting the grass though, so you know, they're on it. Yeah, I think someone's actually doing that work there. In a place where it's always basically summer weather and everything just grows and grows. Like look at this one. You have to be kind of on it all the time. And all of the places that have any kind of plants tend to have gardeners around. And they even need to cut the trees over the expressways, that sort of thing. Which is, of course, you need to do that in other places as well. But when the weather is always kind of good for more stuff just growing, you have that little bit of extra work. I wonder if this is completely blocked and I'll have to turn anyway. Kind of looks like it. Okay, well we have another path here that takes us back to the main path. It's very, very green here. Looks like some of the trees are numbered, but also some of them have those red and white marks. Don't know if they're going to sort of do something to the ones which are marked, or if it's to tell different trees apart. You know, I mean, because the gardens have many species, sometimes they want to like mark those. That's a really interesting looking plant. And the trees there as well are quite cool. Oh, there's the turtle, just missed it. He went into the water as well. It's like it looks like I'm like interrupting everyone's lunch break here. It's probably good that we're getting back to the main path. But compared to this side here with the gardens by the bay, this place has a completely different calm vibe to it. Of course, it's also Wednesday afternoon. But especially when the domes are open and tourists are around, that place is full of people taking photographs and everything. And this is just a nice balance for that. It's difficult not to be tempted to turn that way once in a while. Let's see if this will lead us somewhere. So these are the ponds that collect the rainwater. You went by earlier. I don't know what it is that everyone now has this music while they ride their bikes. It's well, there's the thing that not everyone likes the same music, first of all. But even outside that, for these videos, if you have music that's copyrighted, even on the background, you could get a claim for that, and then you'd have to take the audio out or basically do something to deal with that situation, even though you never chose to have it in your video. So that's a little bit annoying is the word, I guess, because there's nothing you can do about someone else playing the music. It's very dark in here with these trees. Having just talked about snakes and spiders, I think we'll head to the light where nothing's hanging above. There's construction work going around here, and behind all of that you can see the buildings in downtown Rhu. Since I already covered that area before, even though I'm aware we're walking close to the construction, I think we'll take this way and then wander out of the bay area. So you can say it's not in a similar way a full park here right now, at least, as you find on the other side. I'll do a walk there as well. This is more of a green area with just little ponds and things. But the view, of course, is wonderful from the riverside. And we did get to see some wildlife. And live to tell the tale. Don't know what this is specifically, but whatever they're doing, the equipment looks very impressive. There's another one of these small seating areas. There you can see the cars going up on that bridge. It's not so terrifying if you're inside a car. There's another person walking on the bridge. It's not so strange. I'm sure plenty of people do it all the time. But for me, a definite no. I think this is a lotus pond. I'm not sure if that's a pond or it's just really just collecting the rainwater, like they said in those information boards. That looks like a jungle butterfly. Don't know if it's even possible to see a butterfly on this. You might have to just trust me on that one. I hope you can hear the birds now instead of the construction. There's the same information about the ponds. So apparently from where I've come from, it's part of the path that has been blocked off there for construction work. There was some information on that just there. Doesn't matter, we've already been through it. Also, I think it's more the path which no longer exists to go that way. I will take this path away from the water towards streets, or I might be able to catch a bus. Quite a few people actually out today around here. Wow, a blue bird. I feel like I'm saying all these things like butterflies and bluebirds, not knowing if anyone can see them, but maybe you did. Some of these trees are also very, very pretty. It's got a very tropical feel. And the park area continues that way. I had a break here earlier in the shadow of the bridge. That's the one we'll be looking at, the high bridge. And as we get out of the park and return back to the streets, I'll end this video somewhere around here, and probably look for the bus stop, for the bus that goes around here. So I hope you enjoyed this walk. In the Bay East Garden that takes you to the Passion Wave at Marina Bay. And if you'd like to see more walks in the green areas and the city and around Singapore in general, and join me for those, then please subscribe, and then you'll know when I publish new videos and when they get posted on the channel. So with that, thank you so much for joining me and giving me a reason to go out today to explore the gardens. It's much more fun knowing that it's not just me wandering around, but other people also are enjoying these walks. And if you have any ideas for where you'd want me to go on my walks in Singapore, then leave your ideas and all your other comments below in the comments section. And I'll try to do some of those walks. So with that, thank you for joining this walk today, and I hope I'll see you again soon.